Welcome to Sisters Conversations Podcast with your hostess, Latrice Carter. We feature interviews in literary, film, and television, as well as real topics that impact the Black community.
Welcome to Sisters Conversations Podcast with your hostess, myself, Latrice Carter. On today's episode, we will be talking about breast cancer, since it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I want to dive deep in talking about breast cancer, since I am a two-time breast cancer survivor. So my journey started with the first diagnosis in July 15th, 2019. And the second diagnosis was July 15th, 2020. Anytime anybody hears those words, you have breast cancer, it's devastating. And it wreaks a emotional havoc on your life. You become angry, you become mad, and you are just, you're in this disbelief that you cannot believe what the doctors just said. So on today, I want to talk about the mental impact, the physical impact, and the emotional impact of being diagnosed with breast cancer. You have to be an advocate for your health. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, as well as there are some resources for breast cancer patients and survivors that I will be posting on my website in a blog post. I will share these resources. There's resources for retreats that are free to breast cancer patients and survivors. There's free transportation. There's assistance with helping pay your copay for treatments, as well as your prescriptions. There's house cleaning services. There's several organizations that I absolutely love that helped me in this last 2-year journey of my treatment. And I'm going to share with you all a holistic approach that my doctors over at Cancer Treatment Center of America, as far as various supplements that helped me with my side effects from chemotherapy. And then I have a list of recommended products for everyone. And then I'll also be sharing that as well in a blog post, but I'm going to share it on the podcast. So let's talk about the mental impact when you're being diagnosed with breast cancer. What it does to you, it does give this shock to your mental psyche. Doctors always, express, how you're feeling, because you can get depressed during diagnosis and during chemotherapy, because, there's a fear comes into play, and your self-esteem is affected, and you're feeling worthless. These are some of the things that I went through, and I'm pretty sure some of you who were diagnosed and recently, you're probably feeling the same feelings, and it's okay to feel those feelings, but I need you to talk about it. I need you to not hold that in. There are support groups out there, and I'll share some of those lists as well on my blog post, but there is some support groups out there that you most definitely need to talk about how you're feeling. When you find yourself, like I did, coming home every day and sitting in the same place on the couch, crawling up, balling into a ball, and just laying there in a dead stare out into nowhere. That is a sign that you are, you're sad, you're hurting, you don't know what else to do. And I thank God for my daughter, who's she have like to call a very good friend of mine who is a psychiatrist and a therapist. And she said, Mom needs to talk. Can you come see her? And she did. She came to see me. She sat with me. She talked to me. She had me to talk about my feelings, what I was feeling. And it was okay to get angry. Because you have every right to be angry because you're just been diagnosed with breast cancer. You're healthy, you're eating healthy, you don't eat bad foods, and you take care of your temple, your body, and yet you've been diagnosed with breast cancer. So it is a big it's a big shock and a big hit to your mental psych. So I strongly recommend that you talk to someone. The physical impact, how cancer makes you feel physically, the toll on your body, when you're going through chemotherapy, the treatments, some of the drugs like carboplatin make you gain weight. And then the other drugs like the Red Devil and all those other drugs, that's the nickname, you lose weight. So my weight went up and down let me share this. I endured a total of 12 rounds of chemotherapy over a span of 2 years. The first year from 2019 to 2020 to January 31st of 2020, I endured a total of 8 rounds of chemotherapy. And during that time, I lost weight. I lost like 30 pounds. And then when I got re-diagnosed with a new cancer in July of 2020, the treatment drug was carboplatin and Taxol. Well, carboplatin makes you gain weight. And one of the things that I love about Cancer Treatment Center of America is that they do assign you to a nutritionist, and you're also assigned to a naturopath doctor, or in some people like to call them holistic doctors, where they assign you to various supplements to help with the side effects of chemotherapy. For example, omega fish oil, the high dose of omega 3s helps with the neuropathy. B6 helps with the nauseous and the fatigue. Vitamin C with zinc. Vitamin D3 helps with your rebuilding your immune system, helps your body fight cancer, fight any cancer forming in you. A multivitamin, glutamine, L-glutamine. I had to take that during the first 3 to 5 days after chemo because it helps your digestive system, especially with the chemotherapy. There are so many different supplements that I was taking that they had me to take that the second time around last year during chemotherapy, I did not experience the side effects that I went through the first time around in chemotherapy because I was really sick the first time around. So sit down with your doctors, ask all the right questions because you really, truly want to try to get ahead of the physical impact. You could try your best and do your best to subdue some of those side effects. Accepting the bald head when your hair falls out. Now that was very emotional for me the first time. I was devastated. I cried, I screamed, I yelled. And the second time around, I expected it, I knew what to expect. So it wasn't a big hit to my emotional state of mind. But, I had accepted it. And the second time around, I accepted my baldness, but I still wasn't comfortable going out in public with my bald head. Now, I know for some women, having a bald head is freedom, it's just confidence. And it wasn't that I didn't have confidence. That's just wasn't a part of me that I was willing to share. And the sensitivity of your skin, you need to make sure that you get these products in advance. Aveeno was a godsend. CeraVe products, the skin cleanser and the moisturizer is a godsend as well. And then the Dove for sensitive skin body wash helped as well. The shea butter. I got to tell you guys, you have to use the shea butter. The shea butter for my entire body from head to toe was a godsend because the sensitivity of your skin, the shea butter kept you moisturized as well as, especially during radiation, not just chemotherapy, but find yourself some shea butter. You can go to your local beauty supply store and get some shea butter. If you can find a Black-owned beauty supply store or African beauty supply store, I will highly, highly urge that you get yourself some shea butter and some emu oil, EMU. My aunt, who is also a breast cancer survivor, she sent me the emu oil, EMU, and that was a godsend. I put it on my breast, especially during radiation, and it helped you to not burn as easily and peel. So those are some tips for you all to take advantage of. And let me say this, my advice to any Black woman, Black or brown woman who has been diagnosed with breast cancer, with breast cancer or any type of cancer, go talk to a therapist. Attend a support group. These will be so helpful for you. Find yourself a tribe of women who will have empathy, love, compassion, and they will have an understanding of what you're going through and support you. Don't be afraid to go get second, a third, or even a fourth opinion about your diagnosis, because you have a right to fight for your life. You have a right to fight for the best treatment possible. And I strongly recommend that you get tested to see what your vitamin D levels are, because you do not want to actually undergo chemotherapy and you have a very low efficiency level of vitamin D. You need vitamin D to help your body fight cancer. It will be the best thing that you can do for yourself. You want to explore all your resources. There are so many resources out here for cancer patients that are free. And I am going to be sharing a list of resources for you guys that I want to share. You know, they were given to me. I actually blessed to receive these. And I'll just, read off a quick list of resources. I will be posting these resources on my website in a blog post. There are some lodging facilities for breast cancer patients. Joe's House is a nonprofit organization that helps cancer patients and their families find a place to stay when they're traveling from home for medical treatment. The American Cancer Society finds accommodations for cancer patients who must travel for outpatient treatment. Then there's the Hope Lodge. They give patients and caregivers a free place to stay while receiving treatment. Cancer Care is another organization. They help with lodging and other financial medical care needs. Keys for Hope. They offer cancer patients and their caregivers free hotel rooms if they must travel far from their home for treatment. Transportation services that offer free rides to and from their cancer treatments. Road to Recovery, which is affiliated with the American Cancer Society. Give Back Uber. They will help patients find rides to chemo and doctor's appointments. Miracle Flights. They provide free flights to those in need of life-changing medical care. Mercy Medical Angels. They help find charitable transportation for patients that is free to them. The Corporate Angel Network is a cancer patients fly free. Let me say that again. Corporate Angel Network. The cancer patients fly for free. I'm going to post all of this on my website so that you guys can have it. The Angel Flight is supported entirely by a generosity of volunteer pilots who donate the cost of every flight that is tax-deductible donations from individuals and corporations and grants from foundations so that cancer patients can fly free to and from treatment that they need that is to care for themselves. The retreats. Little Pink House of Hope, a nonprofit organization that provides peaceful beachside retreats at no cost to those battling cancer. Castaway for Recovery, a healing retreat for women with cancer. Nancy's List is camping retreats. Harmony Hill, healing retreat. Real Recovery, Wind River Retreat. Stowe Weekend of Hope, the Family Cancer Retreat, Camp Make a Dream. These various retreats, they provide a free trip at no cost to cancer patients. There's a slew of other resources that is available for cancer patients. Like I said, I will be posting this on my website so that you all can take advantage of this. Spread the knowledge, spread the resources, share the wealth, because that is what I am committed to. I am committed to being an advocate for Black and brown women around the globe. I want to share as many resources and information as I can about breast cancer, sharing my own personal testimony as well to give someone hope and to encourage them. One of the things that I had recently did was, I posted a blog post on my website where I'm celebrating Black women. I'm celebrating not just Black women, but I'm celebrating breast cancer survivors. And there was this quote that caught me, that hit my spirit. And it said, "Hope anchors the soul." And it's perfect timing, because hope is what we all have when it comes to fighting breast cancer, finding a cure for breast cancer. And I want every woman to know that you are not alone. Breast cancer has invaded your body. Cancer has invaded your body. But guess what? It cannot stay. And I want to encourage you to stay strong, to stand on God's words, or whatever your higher power belief is. But just know that we are anchored in hope, and hope anchors the soul. This quote reminds me of all the many women like myself who have endured chemotherapy, radiation, and multiple surgeries, that we are all anchored in hope, faith in a higher power that was bigger than ourselves, because we survived breast cancer. There is a reason that we survived. There is a reason that we are here, and we have to share our story so that we can inspire other women. We can encourage other women. We can motivate other women to get through their treatment and live through each day of their treatment with their head up high, and knowing that we are praying with them, we are standing up with them against cancer, and that we will do everything we can to help advocate for fair and equal treatment for all women, as well as providing and sending out resources that are free to breast cancer patients and survivors, so that we can find that peace, getting your peace back. So I want to just mention some breast cancer warriors like myself. I'm so happy to say their names: Kimberly Connor, Faith Reeves, Annette Gray, Lachelle Beck, Dorothy Fox, Ishonda Brunson, Tracy Kincaid, Rochelle Mathney, Yvonne McPherson, Yolanda L. Pickney, Eva Walker Outlaw, Katrina Lee, Janet Ann Bloom, Deborah James, Catherine Ridden, Tiffany L. Williams, Parnella Williams, Janice Nunn Chestnut, Henrietta Scott, Latoya Washington. All of these women are in my circle. They are breast cancer warriors. And also Lisa Adams, she is a ovarian cancer survivor. And Wilhelmina Wade also has survived cancer. She is a breast cancer and brain cancer survivor. I am so excited that these women are still standing. They're standing strong. They're sharing their stories, and they're still fighting, and they're sharing their wealth of knowledge and their love for their sisters who have gone through or starting a treatment, that they're fighting the good fight. And, and I want to salute all the warriors who have earned their wings. They have lost their fight to breast cancer. And that is Daphne Johnson, Sharon Broughton, and Adria Baldwin. They may have lost the fight to cancer, but we are still standing up and saluting them. And we are carrying the torch on as we continue to fight for breast cancer. I hope that you will take a loved one this month. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Take a loved one and get their mammogram. Stand by their side. If you have a loved one who was diagnosed with breast cancer, walk with them, stay with them. Help them through this trying time. But most important, let's continue early detection, because early detection will save your life. I thank God for the early detection of my breast cancer both times. The first time was stage 1 and the second time was stage 2. And I thank God for early detection. Technology has come so far that we cannot not go and get our mammograms. Get your mammograms. Please get your mammograms. A mammogram will save your life. Take a loved one, support them, walk with them, talk with them. Don't shut them out. Encourage them and pray for them. Keep them covered in prayer, because I promise you, your faith will be tested. You will get angry at God, at the doctors, at everyone, because you're asking that big question, why me? So I want you to know that God wouldn't put anything on you that you can't bear. He will bring you through this. So I salute all the breast cancer survivors, and my hat goes off to all of those who have lost their life to cancer. So with that being said, I want us to all continue to stand up for cancer, and remember, hope anchors the soul. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is for us to bring more awareness to breast cancer, but bring awareness to those who don't understand what this means and the journey that breast cancer patients go through. Let's help others understand us so that they will not look down on us and not look down on us, not feel sorry for us, but have empathy. And just, whisper a prayer, be kind, and just walk with us. That's my podcast today, everyone. I just want us to be able to share knowledge, share our own personal testimonies, and bless others. So let's continue to pray and talk to our higher power of peace. And don't keep all those emotions inside. You got to let it out. Journal, read, go for a walk. It's going to help you. I promise you it will. It will. And do not do treatment somewhere because it's close to home. Advocate for the best treatment plan, even if it's at a facility that's hours away. Get matched with an Emerald Angel or a support from Cancer Hope Network so that you can talk with another woman with the same diagnosis that can guide you, encourage you, be your support person. And self-care is going to be key, guys. It's going to be key. You cannot take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Don't live in fear. Live in hope, and live knowing that your faith is going to be key. Hope and faith. You're anchored together. God bless you guys, and I hope that you enjoy this podcast today as I share just a little bit about breast cancer. And again, I will be posting those many, many resources on my website. So hit me up. Let me know your thoughts about today's podcast. I will have a part 2 podcast as we talk more about breast cancer, dive a little bit more this month because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to talk about, stage 1 and stage 2 and genetics. Find out what your genetic makeup is. See if you have the BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene so that doctors can know how to help you. And remember, once you're diagnosed with breast cancer, your insurance, most insurance companies will cover your genetic testing. So get it done. Most important, get your vitamin D levels. Do not, I say it again, do not do chemotherapy without knowing where your vitamin D levels are, because your vitamin D levels are going to help you during chemotherapy. It will help you fight. So please get tested, get your mammogram, get the second and third and fourth opinions if you need it. Advocate for your life, because you only get one life and you're precious. So let's stand up to cancer. Guys, be blessed. Until next time, this is Latrice Carter with Sisters Conversations.
Thanks to our special guests for joining the show today. Be sure to follow us on your favorite streaming channel so you don't miss a show. We can be heard on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and YouTube at Sisters Place. Visit our website, www.sistasplace.com, to learn more about us.